So last year, we added several new features to the engine to support foliage rendering, and the Fortnite team used those features to ship Battle Royale Chapter 4. At the same time, Jacob over there and the team at Quixel were experimenting with what's possible for photoreal foliage environments, as well as testing out the latest functionality that we've been building for Unreal Engine. So, Jacob's here with us today in the Unreal Editor. Let's explore the environment. And what better way to do that than off-roading? And what better way to off-road than in a Rivian R1T? Now, Rivian uses Unreal to power their instrument cluster, including 3D visualization of their vehicles. So we worked with them to bring the R1T to life in this experience. Let's head on out, Jacob.
Sure thing, on my way.
All right. So we're building tools for interactive and dynamic worlds. So here we have chaos physics simulating rocks that tumble as we drive over them, leaves bend out of the way, and we also added some real-time fluid simulation. We worked with the team at Rivian to set up Unreal's chaos vehicle model to simulate the suspension of the truck and how the electric motors drive each individual wheel. Chaos also simulates how the tires compress and deform, and Meta Sounds enabled the team to precisely resynthesize the sounds of the electric motors and mix them with the ambisonics of the jungle. So Rivian provided us with a highly detailed model of the truck, about 71 million polygons that we're able to render in real time thanks to Nanite. Now, the Rivian not only looks incredibly realistic because of Lumen and Nanite, but also its materials. And today, we're introducing Substrate, our new material framework. And to better demonstrate it, let's swap the paint out for Opal. Now, of course, you can't order a Rivian with Opal body panels, but Opal was the internal code name for this project, and also a really great demonstration of Substrate's capabilities. The base layer models the iridescence, refraction, and reflections that occur inside of an Opal. And on top of that is a layer representing the polished surface and how light is absorbed as it travels through that clear layer of varying depths. And now we can add back on the dust and dirt layers. And notice how the reflection changes when interacting with the dust layer, and that there are no artifacts along the transition from dirt to dust to opal. So Substrate is more expressive, enabling artists to create materials like this with different shading models and compose and layer those materials as they see fit. All right, let's head on out, Jacob.
On my way.
All right. In terms of performance, Substrate materials that are similar to the current Unreal Engine shading model cost about the same. But now, artists have the freedom to author more complex materials for extremely detailed use cases, like in cinematics and in film. So we're going to drive under this fallen tree here, and everything that you've seen up to this point was painstakingly hand-built by the environment team at Quixel. Everything since that fallen tree has been built using our brand new experimental suite of procedural content generation tools, entirely an engine that are flexible, deterministic, and artist-driven. Our guiding principle in building these systems was to empower artists to make tools for artists. So Jacob's going to go ahead and add a procedural assembly to the world. And the cool thing is that it communicates. Thank you. Yeah. Pretty cool. And the cool thing is that it communicates with other nearby procedural elements in the scene, like the creek bed. So let's say a designer comes by, wants to direct the player to drive to the left. Jacob can simply move the assembly to the right, and everything updates to accommodate that change. Game design is iterative, so let's say the designer comes back, wants to give the player the choice of going left or right again. Jacob can simply move the assembly back over. Now, the artist who created this assembly also added some additional handles that Jacob can use to art direct where rock slides occur. Allows him to customize the piece a little bit more, make it a little easier for the Rivian to drive by. So we started by handcrafting that original part of the level to set the visuals and art direction for the entire piece, and then built out procedural tools that allowed the team to create a much larger play space much more quickly. Now let's see how we can use these procedural tools to make larger sweeping changes to the environment. So Jacob, let's start by removing some of the trees in this area.
Absolutely, that's easy enough actually.
All right, a little too much. Let's add some trees back in.
Okay.
And let's also add in some cliff formations, give it a little bit more variability. So the procedural systems are all deterministic. As Jacob is experimenting with different sets of input parameters, once he finds a set that he likes, he can always go back to it and get out exactly the same results. And the procedural systems aren't just placing trees and rocks, but also fog cards, bugs, birds, everything that's needed to bring this environment to life. And everything that you've seen here works at scale. This environment is 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers. If we hide all of the procedural elements, we can see that original hand-built area about 200 meters by 200 meters. We believe that there will always be the need for hand-building environments, so we design these procedural systems to be tools for artists that work in concert with hand-built content. Both Substrate and the new procedural tools will be available in experimental form in 5.2. And everything you've seen here is running in the Unreal Editor in real time on a developer machine with an Intel 13900K CPU and NVIDIA RTX 4090 GPU. So Jacob, thanks for being here and helping us out today.
Thank you very much, Nick, for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Joder. Vaya tela. Igual que antes. La lío. Solo el audio del tráiler. Bueno, por lo menos algo es algo. Gracias. Gracias. Llevo ya 10 minutos, ¿no? Que no se escucha. Vaya tela, tío. No lo entiendo. Que le he dado sin querer y he dicho, ahora lo pongo. Bueno, este es el de Massive, ¿no? ¿O cuál es este? Tencent Games. No, no, no. Este no tiene pinta de ser el de Massive, ¿eh? Este no tiene nada de pinta de ser el de Massive. No, 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 no. Vale, vamos a ver este. Hablando solo, ya ves, tío. Menos mal que... Menos mal que has venido. Mira este, mira este. Nada, este... Oh, se ve muy guapo, eh. Se ve muy guapo. Estoy en Discord, Jada, si quieres. Entra, charlamos un rato. Sí, entra. Ah, vale, guay. No sé si estaré, porque veré alguna serie o algo con mi mujer. Luego más tarde a lo mejor sí que entro. Luego más tarde a lo mejor... Hablamos. Este se ve muy bien también, eh. Oye, mafia... Está jurrando. Bueno, tú mándame un mensaje, pues estoy. Qué buena pinta, ¿eh? No, mira. Ah. Se ve espectacular, ¿eh? El Unreal Engine. Increíble.
The information that exists in the present reality determines how the world will unfold.
Qué gamba soy, tío, que me quedo sin sonido, macho. Vale, avísame. Guay, tío, gracias. Por avisarme, menos mal. Me ha avisado Jada. 10 minutos. Lo voy a tener que cortar.
Value every encounter and every moment. These will be essential in the world of Project M. This is where our journey ends for now. I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Está chulo, está chulo. Se ve bien. Aún parece un poco robot, pero no... O sea, es... El tío. Los movimientos. Este por lo menos que ha salido al final. Vamos a ver el de Lost of Fallen este.
Welcome to the Lords of the Fallen Technical Showcase. Here at Hexworks, our goal has always been to create the most immersive game experience possible.
No suelo, ¿eh?
Today, we're journeying to Skyrest Bridge, one of the game's early locations, to demonstrate just some of the impressive ways Unreal Engine 5's state-of-the-art technologies have helped us deliver on this ambitious
iluminación más buena y cómo se ven los detalles.
RPG.
Igual aquí.
We want players to feel fully immersed in our world by playing as their own unique virtual persona. To achieve this, we've used a combination of technologies, including 3D scans of real people and UE5's own character customization tech. Players can create unique faces and bodies by dynamically morphing between a huge range of shapes before finessing the finer details. Our extensive selection of armor sets seamlessly adapt to whatever shape the player chooses. It's really important to us that we represent as wide a proportion of our audience as possible. Being able to customize your
Oh, se ve muy bien. Joder. ¿Cómo se ve el juego, tío? Qué guapo. Mira, 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 mira.
To any surface in the game, like this tunic, for example, and detailed texturing provides incredible levels of micro detail.
Sí, 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 sí.
How these objects move
Increíble, cómo se ve de
is also
guapo.
crucial for player immersion. UE5's Chaos Physics engine facilitates advanced simulations for clothes, chains, hair, belts, and a whole lot more. This helps to substantially enhance the secondary motion in all our characters, making their movements look much more lifelike.
Más realistas.
The lighting in Lords of the
Movimientos.
Fallen takes full
La
advantage
iluminación.
of Unreal's brand new Lumen GI.
New Lumen GI.
Light our complex environments in real time, meaning we can immediately see the effect of a light bounce, for example,
Buah, sí se
without
ve muy
waiting
guapo, tío.
for the traditional slow baking processes. Watch how the lighting reacts as we move our light source around
Sí,
this
sí, sí,
environment.
sí, sí. Cómo reaccionan en función
Global
de...
illumination like this can be quite demanding on processing, so we also make use of emissive shapes to add additional details to the lighting of any space. We can then fine-tune these light bounces on our nanite meshes, providing
Se
our
ve
world
muy
with
espectacular, se ve
immersive
increíble,
scale
tío.
and minimal impact
Es
on
muy, 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 muy cercano al fotorrealismo, pero es que es
Perhaps the most
increíble, ¿eh?
important element of Lords of the Fallen is the ability to travel between two worlds. The realm of the living, Axiom, and the realm of the dead, Umbral.
Hay como dos
We've
mundos.
created our own custom toolset within UE5 that allows us to intricately craft these two environments side by side and seamlessly swap between
La profundidad de campo está mucho más, o sea, mucho mejor. Según veo, o sea, lo que veo es... Eso está mucho mejor. Y eso da una sensación mucho más realista aún.
One side is decidedly more horrific than the other. On behalf of Hexworks, thanks for watching today's brief tech presentation. The twin realms of Umbral and Axiom await fearless adventurers later this
guapo, qué
year.
detalle.
Lords of the Fallen launches on PC and current gen consoles.
Qué pasada. Lords of the Fallen. Xbox Series XS, Epic Games, PS5, Steam. Vale, a ver si sale en el Game Pass. Hostia, una pintaza este. Muy, muy, muy increíble esta, eh. Este juego tiene una pintaza increíble. Lo vamos a ver. Vale, Hellblade 2. Lo que han presentado de Hellblade 2. Vamos a verlo. Está muy guapo. Este está muy guapo.
Sign perf cut, take 13.
Cómo entra cómo hacen el cambio, tío. Fuerte, macho.
I see through your darkness now. I see through your lies. I will show them how to see as I do. I will not appease your gods. I will destroy them.
Los ojos, ¿eh? Mira los ojos. ¡Guau! Los ojos, chaval. Los ojos están logradísimos. Ya. Eso es lo chulo. ¿Cómo se quita esta mierda de que se vean las anotaciones? Títulos, anotaciones... ¿No se puede quitar? Creo que se ve lo recomendado. No. O sea, los ojos es una cosa que yo siempre he pensado que era un problema. Vamos a verlo.
Sign perf cut, take 13.
Vamos a verlo desde que sale ya así, con las capas que tiene. Tú fíjate los ojos, tío, cómo están hechos. Ya.
I see through your darkness now.
¿Cogen los suyos o cómo va?
I see through your lies. I will show them how to see as I do.
La boca a veces hace un... Esto raro, pero es una pasada, tío.
I will not appease your gods.
Por diente cómo está hecho todo, tío. El gesto, los ojos, las imperfecciones, el sudor, cómo cae aquí. Mira los reflejos estos de aquí, cómo están de los lados, los pelitos de la nuca. ¿sabes? El vello que tiene, ¿ves? ¿Cómo se ve ahí una ligera capita aquí de vello? Es alucinante, tío. Es alucinante cómo está hecho esto. En 4K. Vamos a ponerlo en 4K.
Sign perf cut, take 13.
I see through your darkness now. I see through your lies. I will show them how to see as I do. I will not appease your gods. I will destroy them.
Madre mía. Va a estallar en los PCs para correr esto. Es un Real Engine 5. Está increíble. Bueno, termino por aquí y nos vemos en el próximo. Adiós.